The Democrats also had a lengthy post Sunday, I think it was, talking about the need for a master plan, an economic master plan. They referenced that event in Derby a couple weeks ago, where there was basically a planning discussion, and they're saying why hasn't something like that happened in Ansonia? Like, what is the administration doing to plan downtown development? If you wanted to take a whack at that one.
Yeah, there's a lot I could say about that. And Corporation Counsel has a better history of a plan, I guess, that the city did quite a while ago. They did plan, they did a charrette, they did public meetings, and I have the plan. It's sitting on my desk if you'd like to look at it, and it's been sitting there since I got to Ansonia.
Okay, so the question is about downtown development, and the caller wants to know why is there not, according to him, a master plan for downtown development in Ansonia?
We are currently working on it. It's taken a lot of time to do that. I got Sheila working on it and John Marini.
So that's Sheila O'Malley and John Marini, the Corporation Counsel.
And I have the plan. It's sitting on my desk if you'd like to look at it. And it's been sitting there since I got to Ansonia. And I guess what we're doing is we're trying to address each piece of property in the downtown. We've got a plan for each piece of property. So we're well on our way. We're actually at the next step. They're still planning. We're moving towards redevelopment. So I think we've progressed on to the next step, and we prefer, and the mayor prefers, action as opposed to planning.
And that's the goal of any plan and of any study, is to eventually progress to action, to actually achieve results. So we're far beyond the studying and the planning phase. We say this a lot. It's come up a lot, this little way of describing it. But it's sort of like a kid, and I have two 6-year-olds, so I could really relate to this. But it's like, your kid's room is a mess. It's a horrible mess, and you got laundry and toys strewn all over the place. And the mom comes in and says, well, son, you really need to clean your room. You need to get this in order. And the kid actually comes back and says, well, that's a wonderful idea, Mom. I just need a plan. I need to figure out how I'm going to do it, what order I'm going to do it in, and then I'll be able to start. And the mom, or the dad, would look at the kid and say, listen, you could start by picking up your dirty underwear that's right in front of your nose. And that's the situation we have here. The problem in Ansonia is we've had problem properties with very obvious challenges and obstacles. Many environmental, many brownfields related. But you have other challenges. We described the parking being one of them. So you have these obvious challenges, and if the city is not going to fulfill the proper role of a government and facilitate development by eliminating these obstacles, by developing strategies to get funding to remediate a brownfield and to expand parking, then the city is not going to move forward. This isn't Disney World. It'd be wonderful if it was, if this was a privately owned theme park and we could decide, we're going to have an international showcase of restaurants. We'll just pick. We're going to have the German restaurant here, we're going to have the Chinese pavilion over here, and we're going to have a ride down the street. That's not the way development works. There's a market reality. Developers will invest when they can make a return on their money. And so it is absolutely fruitless to pick and choose exactly what type of business you're going to get. You're just setting your hopes up you're setting yourself up to be disappointed and get your hopes dashed. The way it works, the way it really works, is to develop a plan. The Democrats have a lot to offer. They always have. And I think in the past they've been very dedicated to public service in the form of our emergency services, being very outspoken advocates for volunteerism. I don't know where that's gone. I don't know when they decided to carve out a role for themselves as the backseat driver of the city. But to be honest, we'd be fine with that. We could take all the advice that people are willing to give us. We just wish that as a backseat driver, they'd be more focused on getting to a destination instead of perpetually calling for a U-turn.
And the strategic planning committee is something you set up. Describe what it is exactly for someone who might not be familiar.
The 10-year strategic plan is a roadmap for how the town will move forward over the next 10 years, and it's designed to not be political. It's designed to be, these are the things that we need to do as a community to be successful. This is something that when I'm no longer first selectman, I can hand off to whoever replaces me and say, here's where I am, here's where you need to pick up, and here's where you need to keep going. Most importantly, a lot of towns do these plans, but they sit up on a shelf and they collect dust because the first selectman, finance director, director of operations, whomever are not held accountable.
And I have the plan. It's sitting on my desk if you'd like to look at it. And it's been sitting there since I got to Ansonia.
By having these now semi-annual meetings, it holds us accountable to make sure that we're doing the things that the plan outlines and we're staying on top of things and continuing to move the town forward.